Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. I'm your host, and Dragon Lord, and I'm here bringing you a regional top deck profile from my teammate who played Dinosaur FTK. He he went to the Arizona Regionals yesterday and got top 32. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this. How you doing today, Jordan? How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. Feeling a little camera shy despite not being on camera.
That's fair. This is your first regional stop?
This is my first and so far only regional stop.
Well, congratulations. You got to start somewhere. So first things first. How was your regionals? What did you play against? What's your report?
Well, before I get into that, I want to make it very clear. I do not recommend anyone run the particular build that I ran because it is really dumb and you shouldn't run it unless you're a psychopath or you just want to hurt people.
I
Any-
mean,
Anyway, I went 5-2-1, and I think it was a 240, 250 person tournament. I pulled off the FTK 5 times, twice in one round.
all right. And so, do you want to put like a trigger warning at the beginning of this video?
Trigger warning, trigger warning telephone, I guess.
Trigger warning FTK. Trigger warning telephone. Something something. All right.
Trigger warning cannon soldier.
Got it.
All right.
Not for the
So
easily offended.
Anyway,
um.
so yeah, I went 5-2-1, which was my best record ever. Anyway, yeah, the idea behind the deck was to try the FTK in, like game one and like early game, and then if that fails or if I know I'm going second, just pivot into standard dino things.
Okay.
You'll see what I mean when we get to the deck profile. As far as the matchups, I was expecting a lot of rescue ace, but I ended up only facing one, which was my teammate, and even then it was just like rescue ace adjacent.
Gotcha.
Anyway, round one was versus Vanquish Soul, which was actually a pretty fun matchup. Probably my favorite. I took that one despite my FTK being stopped because DD Crow is a very good card, especially when you use it on the misc after the misc resolves in hand.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth with that one. He got me down to 700 life points. I was able to take it somehow. And honestly, I would have beaten it before time, but in game two, he took my Link Kariba with Kurikara.
Oof.
So yeah, he ended up at 400 before time was called. I was at 65 though, so 2-0. Round two was against Labyrinth, probably the worst match of the day, just because I opened hands that needed Prosperity resolve in order to fix them. But game one, he sniped Prosperity with a lovely Labyrinth. Game two, he ashed it.
I see.
Yeah, so if you want to know how that match went, imagine lovely Labyrinth and Ash Blossom breaking Pot Prosperity over their knees.
So you're 2-0 at this point?
I am I lost that one.
Oh, so
At this point I'm X1.
gotcha. Okay.
And round three was the second Labyrinth matchup of the day. I almost lost it, but he didn't have enough pressure on board to OT to kill me before turn three. At which point I was able to FTK uninterrupted.
Gotcha. Okay.
I guess this would be a TTK third turn kill.
Okay.
It was the burn loop. I pulled it off, and then game two, but did standard dino things and then OTK.
So if you're not FTKing, you're OTKing. Got it.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. Dugaris is a good, useful card for that. Round four was against Plant Link, Rika Sun Avalon. Honestly, this one came down to the die roll, which I won.
Mm-hmm.
When I went first, I FTK'd. When he went first, he built his board. I broke it and proceeded to have absolutely no follow up whatsoever.
Yikes.
So that's why that was 2-1 and not 2-0. Round five was against the Rescue Ace adjacent deck. the 60 card rescue ace. He stopped my FTK game 1 by I believe ashing my Scrap Raptor. I but I ended I thought I could play through, but I didn't have enough resources, so I ended up like a Dolka and a Wyvern, which
Okay.
he just steamrolled over. Game 2 I had the FTK. Game 3 he had an unplayable hand,
Ooh.
which is unfortunate, but it's whatever. Round 6 was against the Birds, which I didn't know until game 2 because I FTK'd in game 1. Speaking of Birds, always remember that Empan is a card, and always remember that Baguska is a card, which I should have made Baguska. It's funny. In game 2, I made Dolga, not remembering Baguska until like right after I made the Dolga. It's like crap. I should have made Baguska. Thankfully I took that lesson to heart. In game 3, it was protect the Baguska.
Yeah, Baguska in that particular matchup definitely probably more favorable.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He in the that reminds me. Pro tip for flu players against dinosaurs: wait for Oviraptor to resolve before you D-shifter. Otherwise, we're just gonna dump Giant Rex, special the Giant Rex, and make the rank 4 that poops all over you.
Duly noted.
Also don't put it back in the extra deck with Ryza.
Hmm.
Which he did that, which bought me a lot more time. Round 7 was against Brandon Bishop. This was the draw, and it's mostly because I admittedly did not have enough practice against Brandon in general. So game 1 I only lasted as long as I did because I set a baby and he popped it with the Borreload fusion. After which I was able to Archosaur, summon Archosaur, pop the Petite in hand, get a pill, summon Panic, and then stall out for a little longer. I opened 2 babies in the Petite that game, which was
Yikes.
very, very unfortunate. And then game 2, he did Brandon things, and then I did Dino things, and I OTK'd him, but then there was 1 minute left in the round. So we just decided to draw.
Hmm.
And then round 8, the final round, was against the third Labyrinth of the day. I had the combo. He had 2 imperms. That was game 1. Game 2, I had the combo. He had Ash, imperm, and then Ash again over like 2 or 3 turns.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I was right.
Nice to always have the out, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, that guy took 8th though, so I don't feel too bad.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see the deck.
All right. 1 sec. Get everything off so you can see one at a time without spoilers. Blah blah blah. Starting things off, it's pretty standard Dino stuff. Double time rando. You want to like probably best boss monster in the game. I think. And you got your Pankratops. I would max out on this. Good, generally good card. Got Max Miss, Max Oviraptor. I definitely max out on these. And go second builds. I usually play 2, but this is a FTK build. Go first. Blah blah blah. So play 3.
So if you know you're going second, do you typically side a baby out then?
I probably could have. I wasn't thinking about it though.
Okay.
Anyway, you also got the 1 Petite. Play 1. Wait, you can play 2 if you're running like the Transcendosaur stuff as some Dino builds do. I don't like it though because I'm trying to kill my opponent, not just build a board that dies Dark Ruler.
Yeah.
Anyway, two Archosaur. We're still in the standard line. And I got the 1 Giant Rex extender.
Yep.
And I'm playing a scrap build, so you play your scrap package of 3 Raptors, 1 Chimera. Pretty standard. If you're playing the Bishbalk in FTK, you would also have the Golem.
Okay.
But that is not the FTK that I am playing. The FTK I'm playing involves this guy, which I use to summon these 2 and this.
That's disgusting. Do you want to explain
Yes.
that for people who may not have played old school Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, a Cannon Soldier has a trick, an negation effect that you can activate as many times as you want. You tribute a monster and deal 500 damage to your opponent. Telephone has an effect that if it's an attack position, you roll die, you gain that much life, and then special summon a Morphtronic from your grave with a level equal to or lower than the result.
So you're always going to be able to summon a level 1 from the ground.
Correct. And by the way, it is not a hard once per turn, so you can loot these.
And thus, that's where the FTK comes from.
Correct. Dark Worlds had been dabbling in this as well, from what I hear.
Yeah.
That's actually where I got the idea, because another teammate was doing it on stream with Dark Worlds, and then it was 1 + 1 + 4 is 6. Oh, Rescue Ferret. I'm
Yep.
already doing dumb Rescue Ferret things. Let's try this one out. And next thing you know, top 29th place. Anyway, that's it for monsters. You got a simple spell lineup of triple Lost World, standard down stuff, more standard down stuff, triple Phosphatic, the non-standard triple Small World, because I want as much consistency as possible, and I personally think this is the best monster searcher in the game.
Now, with Lost World, how often did the summoning of the token to your opponent's field actually like hurt them?
Let me let me think about that one.
Because I know last format, like when cash was huge, that would be like that'd be a huge hindrance. They'd have to have like 3 cards in order to combo off. Um,
I can't say it provided as much of a hindrance as to them as it provided an extension for me.
okay.
Because if you know Scrap Dino enough, you know that Lost World Raptor is combo.
Yeah.
I mean, let me put these back. So yeah, we got triple Lost World, triple Phosphatic, triple Small World, and of course triple Prosperity.
Yep.
If you're going to the regionals, you at least need the Prosperity. And another great thing about the telephone loop over the Bishop Balkan FTK is that it works even under Prosperity.
Oh yeah, because you have the damage. Yeah. That's true.
As opposed to doing just 4,000 once with Bishop Balkan, you do 250 over and over and over with
It's still infinite, so you'll get there slower, but you'll get there.
Yep. And then 2 more spells. You got the double Evo. Play as many of these as you play as Archosaurs, as many as you play Tyrannos.
So 2/2/2.
Yes, and two Lightning Storm. I'll talk about this in a moment when we finish the traps.
Okay.
Of which there are only 2. Triple Evenly and Triple Imperm. I made the 2 Lightning Storm and the 3 Evenly match as something of a meta call, because I was as I mentioned, I was expecting a lot of rescue ace and a lot of back row, and I wanted to be ready for it.
Yeah.
And plus, even if you go evenly, you can still FTK through that.
Right.
Because you don't need your battle phase. All right, that's it for the main deck. Now it's time for the extra deck. You got your Dolka. It's pretty standard. Always play some dinos. You got your version. This card right here is the card that gets Rescue Ferret into your hand. You make it with 3 materials. You detach 3 from it, and then you search any level 4, and Rescue Ferret is level 4. So that's how that gets into your hand. Then you make Dweller. Well, then I run Dweller rather. You know, good generic League 4. I was also expecting some Unchained, so I wanted to be ready for that.
Not surprised you didn't play any tier, even though the guy that won was on tier Horus for that particular regional.
Yeah, I did not play a single. That was very weird. I wasn't. I mean, at first I wasn't expecting it, but in hindsight I should have. But it's weird because I still didn't play them.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's a Douglas. Dugaris, I call him Douglas. He's in a lot of Dino builds. You mainly use him for the double attack on the Tyranno, which is the only excuse me, is the only time I actually made him. But in theory, he's also good for getting like cannon soldier or telephone back out of grave if you need to. Like the theory is if they imperm the theory was if they imperm the cannon soldier or somehow deal with it, you still have pill in hand, so you play the pill, banish the giant rex, summon the giant rex, make this using cannon soldier and the giant rex, detach, and then bring back the cannon soldier so you can still keep shooting your opponent.
Okay.
And you play the Baguska, birds.
Birds.
Yeah.
It's not the only use, but birds.
Yeah. And I played the Typhon and the Zeus. I didn't actually make either of these once. But I would still run them just so I have the option to.
Better to have them and not
Optionally.
need them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In case you run against like Dragon Link or something. That's the theory anyway. We play 1 minimize restrict. There's instant fusion. It's an extra call by the grave.
Yeah.
Now get your links, Link Rebo, Standard and Dino, Secure Garna. I would say this is standard and Dino. It's useful for when you can only get Link Rebo grave. You need to double Evil Pill somehow. And SP Little Knight. I can't say whether she underperformed or overperformed. I just know that she was good. If nothing else, then as a way to get non-dinosaurs in grave and have some pressure on board.
How many times would you say you summoned her?
I know I summoned her in round 1, which is how I learned that you can't attack directly when you use her first effect. I think I also summoned her in the I think I summoned her in round 3. And I think I summoned her in round 7.
Okay.
But yes, I'm definitely gonna keep her in.
I'm just glad I got my copy before it spiked to over $100.
Same. Anyway, you're playing the scrap version, so obviously you run this.
Yep.
And then I play Barricade Borg Blocker. This is in case I draw one of the telephones or the cannon soldiers and don't have a way to put them back in deck. If that happens, I summon other things off of Rescue Ferret, and then I find a way to making this, putting one of the pieces in the grave, and then I find a way to make Douglas and get that out of the grave, and then proceed to FTK from there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the last 2 cards are part of the combo. The aforementioned Skull Dread, probably aforementioned, but yeah, this is how you get Rescue Ferret out of your hand after you summon it off of Alan Version. And it has 3 zones, so that means it points to 3 zones, so that means 3 monsters off of Rescue Ferret. It's like the perfect combo for that. But Rescue Ferret negates the effects of the monsters summoned, so how do you stop that? You play this guy. World Sea Dragon Zealantis. He banishes all monsters, as many monsters in the field as possible, then brings back as many of those monsters as possible in any position I want.
So it allows you to get around the fact that their effects get negated.
Correct. It turns it back on so I can just shoot my opponent to death with Cannon Soldier.
Kind of makes you wonder. I haven't I still keep in touch with the game and I still play test as much as I'm able to, but I have not seen any deck really utilize Zealantis yet. That could just be my ignorance, but you're the only deck list I've seen thus far that's been playing Zealantis.
If you see a Marin Says build, you might see it.
I haven't played
it. It's actually really good in Marin Says, because in Marin Says you lock yourself in the waters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine banishing an entire field where you only have water monsters, your opponent only has non-waters. You special summon only your monsters back.
Oh, so it puts a hard condition on the field, not just you, but just in general, only water monsters can be summoned.
That's not because of Zealots. It's because of the Marites monsters.
Oh wow.
The Marites monsters lock you into special summon water monsters. So after that's when you banish everything off Zealantis and special summon everything back. You can't special summon non-water monsters. So you only special summon the water monsters that got banished,
Oh, that's
which in
insane.
theory will be only yours.
That's insane. All right.
But
All right.
thankfully, that's only in Marites so far. But but in theory, you could also use that in any deck that locks you into like a particular type of monster.
All right. Did you want to go into your side deck, or did you want to keep that a little close to the hip?
Now I'll go into side deck.
Okay.
I played the one dog run. I was gonna play three, but you can search it, and I wanted to work in rolls. I'll put that to the side. I played two Ash mainly as a cross out target. Well, one for cross out and one for things like Big Welcome and Brand Fusion.
Okay.
Mostly Brand Fusion. The aforementioned rolls. I'll be honest. The only time I ever saw this was against my bird matchup, and even then, my hand wasn't good enough to clench that game. So it was more like delaying the inevitable.
Hmm.
But I still won the match, so it's okay. You got triple DD Crow. Definitely play this. It's good against a lot of decks. I would say it performed better than I expected against Labyrinth at least. You hit that big welcome, and there you go.
I can see. Yep.
And then you got the cross out designators. I'm trying to FTK. Not trying to let you stop me from FTK. This actually only came up once, if I'm being honest. And I think against the Brandon matchup. I don't remember what I crossed out. I think it was Ash. Anyway, here's call by.
Mhm.
Instant fusion, bring out Millennium Eyes Restrict, the protocol by the grave, and Feather Duster, which I never saw, but you still play because I hate back row.
So basically, most of your side deck was just anti-hand trap hate. Well, hand trap hate in general.
It was half go second options and half hand trap hate.
Yeah.
That was the general idea behind the side deck. If I know I'm going second, side out the FTK. If I know I'm going first, side out the board breakers.
All right. Did you want to go into the combo that you've been talking about?
Yeah. How sort of an opening do you want it to be? Because there's a lot of 2-card combos that can get to this.
Whatever is most common for you. It doesn't matter to me.
Right. I saw a lot of OV miss, so I'll do that.
Okay.
Anyway, so you start with this. You know some of the OV activate effect. They actually like an idiot chain miss, and you get your baby anyway because they don't know to stop the missing grave.
Have you read Misk though?
I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, I think I read it. Anyway. Yeah, Vanish Abyss. A lot of this is like standard Dino stuff, so I'll just like quickly go through it. Vanish Abyss, some of the Archosaur, you pop the baby, you get your drugs, baby triggers, some the baby, pop the baby, baby. As you can probably see, there are a lot of choke points.
Mm-hmm.
So I consider myself very, very lucky. Anyway, more standard. Excuse me. More standard scrap down stuff. Sorry, my webcam is like right in front of me, so
No worries.
yeah. So if you see it shaking, like it's because I knocked it over, kind of. Anyways, this is like the position you want to be in, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You can take like a lot of different paths off of just like that board. Anyways, I make Link Karibo at this point. just in case things happen. Then you do your wyvern things. Wyvern, target, boom, boom. Chanic 1, Chanic 2. Search arrow. Summon the raptor. Destroy this. Petite. Get you your giant Rex. Then you overlay with 3 into the guy that searches you rescue ferret, and then you proceed to search rescue ferret. Which is right there. And then you use your additional normal summon that you got the raptor to summon the Chimera, and then summon back the second raptor. Or the first one, doesn't matter. Then you make a format Skull Dread. Just in case you have pieces in your hand. Let's imagine that we had all 3 of them in hand.
Okay.
So let's say just like we drew all 3 in the pot, I guess. Doesn't matter. You put these back.
Okay.
And then you activate Skull Dread to get this on the field. And then ferret, shot back the ferret. You get your Telephon, Cannon Soldier. Their effects are negated, so we link off. It's Z Atlantis. And then Z Atlantis banishes everything and brings everything back. And then from there, roll die, gain life, tribute, deal damage, roll die, gain life, bring back, tribute, deal damage, roll die, gain life, bring back, tribute, deal damage, rinse and repeat.
So when you finish the FTK, how many life points do you end with when it's all done?
Well, when I get to the point, I just tell them I'm gonna do it this many times, and then do it this many times, and I win. So I never actually calculated that amount of life.
Oh, okay. So you just tell them I'm gonna be able to do this infinitely, and just to save time, just
yeah.
Gotcha.
That I'm pretty sure that's actual like tournament policy. Like if you're in an infinite loop, just you can show off the loop once, say you're gonna do it that many times, and then boom.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, that's definitely an innovative combo, but those of us who have actually been subscribed to the Ego Factor channel know that you've had like dozens of different iterations of dinosaur combos, and it looks like this one is the first one that has gotten you a regionals top. So once again, congratulations for that. Is there any...
I've only posted like a couple dino videos on the channel.
Only a couple. Okay.
It was 3.
All right.
Well, one was standard, one was Master Duel, and one was like one was like hidden in a stupid pack opening video.
The hidden treasure. Is there anything else that you want to say before we end the video today?
Yeah. Don't run this unless you're a psychopath.
Don't run this unless you're a psychopath and want to trigger people. All right. Thanks a lot, Jordan. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.
All right. See ya.